Hello, everyone, and welcome. Welcome. Hello. Hope you all are doing well on this Friday or whenever you're watching this. Hope that you are enjoying your life and yourself. For introductions, I am Latisse. I do readings on here, of course, as well as offer personal readings that you can book with me down below. I also am on Twitch starting again next week where I just do reactions to videos, talk, chat, maybe do some readings, all the good jazz. With that being said and done, like, comment, share, and subscribe so the channel can thrive, and we'll get straight into this. I wanted to do an ancestral reading and just see what ancestors with you, and not necessarily like their expectations for you, but kind of like the goals that they're helping you reach possibly, or helping your purpose, things of that sort. So I wanted to go ahead and do an ancestral reading. I'm not really feeling at this moment like pick a card. I'm feeling just an overall energy, but we'll see where spirit takes us with that and what's happening. Okay, so let us go ahead. I'm feeling my deck. I'm drawn to my deck, the very first deck I ever created. So that can be a sign. You could be creating something for the very first time or doing something for the very first time, whether that's in your family or just overall, but it could be a sign for you as well. It's like almost like a fresh start, a new beginning for you here. So let's go ahead and see what Spirit has to say, your ancestors have to say about this here. About you, about your life. And if we can, we'll see if I can pull what ancestor and see if they want to talk with us today. And if you hear that loud noise, I'm so sorry. That is my little fan doing the heavy duty work. It's a lot quieter and more direct to me. And it's not as loud as the AC or as cold, but it's still there. So if you hear that, I do apologize. I'll try to speak as loud as I can. But let's go ahead and get into this fully. I'm feeling kind of like this avoiding energy coming in here. Almost like you ever have like a big task that you have to do, like, oh, I know I gotta clean those dishes. I know I gotta do that laundry. And it's like a big task, but you're doing everything to avoid doing that task. But once you start doing the task, it's over a lot quicker than as long as it took you to avoid it. It's kind of giving that energy of avoidance, like like you should be starting something, that you should be doing something, that you should be in the process of completing something for some. In this energy, and it's letting me know like it's kind of like I'll get to it, or it's kind of like I need this, or I gotta have this, or you could be also low in energy, like low in vitality. You know, feeling like you don't have the energy to do it, the Amir and the gall, but like the desire, the want, the push to actually go ahead and do this. And so it's kind of like this hesitation in a sense of being like, I'll get to it later. Like we'll still do it. I'll get to it later. Don't worry. You know. So what that means again, it's really it's almost like this deep dive of introspection that they really want you to do and recognize that why do you not have the energy? You know, where is your energy being drained essentially? How do I call my energy and power back to me? And then once it is called, how do I actually utilize that energy? It's things so that's sort of like, why am I putting it off? Is it fear? Is it worry that I won't be the best that it could be? Or is it scarcity mindset from like I need to have certain things and I don't have enough of what I need to actually get it done? Or is a perfectionist mindset? You know, there's a lot of things, but it's this hesitation overall. The fact that they also keep having me hold the cards and shuffle the cards, it's like they really want to get this message out very clear and very direct. To let you know, like, go ahead and get this process going because it is necessary, it is needed, not just for you, but for your lineage, for your environment, for your future overall. And so they really want you to get accustomed to you asking those questions of why am I not doing something I know I should be doing? Why am I not setting it up? I'm seeing somebody that's like a kid, and your mom is like, can you take that out the freezer? And you like get home and you do your homework, and you maybe eat a little snack yourself, or then you're playing the game, or you're reading a book, or you're playing with your siblings, and it kind of gets lost in that I forgot. Like, damn, shit, dang, and I gotta hurry up and do it, and running under hot water, which is, I know it's not good. It's that energy. It's now it's feeling rushed. Now I got to do it because I know something is approaching. I know something is happening. Now I'm also seeing queer eye when they typically go and help people, queer eye. Shout out to you. Where they go and typically like help people. And it's typically like right before an event or something that they want to do, like a proposal or reuniting, whatever it is. To kind of help the people get back to themselves. The maybe an overworked parents and the house isn't set up for the family to actually truly function. Maybe it's a distant father. It's something of the sort where they're really like going in and helping them, not just rearranging it, but having those deep conversations continuously. So again, it's from all angles. With that, it's almost like Spirit is funny. It's almost like your team is the Queer Eye team, because you have Karamo that helps you, really take, that really takes that deep dive into self and how the choices that you have or haven't made are affecting your life now. Almost like a life coach, essentially. And then you have Bobby who comes in and fixes the home. So it's kind of like this energy of, it's not just, I'm doing this, but I'm rearranging it for a place that actually functions for them. I remember the episode where they had somebody on there that was in a wheelchair, and, he was going around, helping him shop for a place of his own. He was like, you can't have, like, this isn't going to work for you. We can expand it, but we don't want a place where we have to change everything to a point where it's like we're rebuilding it, or you don't want to move into a place where you can't even reach the stove, or you can't even get it out of your bathroom. Don't just accept things. So it's not just a home. It's like, this is where you're going to be living. And I feel like that has to do with your body, your energy. Like, this is where you are living. This is where your energy is housed. This is your first home. I say it, and I'm going to say it until it cannot be said anymore, and there's no breath in my body. But your first home is your body. Your first home is in your body. This is where your energy comes from, your thoughts, your mood, like everything, your desires, or everything comes to your body. The way that you dress and adorn your body, who you decide to allow your body around or with, or whatever it is. So it's really taking in this mindset of that as well. And we can get into all of them. Anthony works with food. What are you putting? What are you consuming in your body? Jonathan Van Ness works with the hair, but hair has a very strong ancestral energy to it. It's something that is attached not only to your parents, but it grows and from you in a sense that makes you feel confident or not confident or sure. Just it is what it is. That energy, but also skincare. Taking care of your appearance is also important. So it's things of that sort. Spirit having to go through that whole thing. Possibly for a reason. I don't deny anything, and I don't dismiss channels as they come in. Ashe. So it's almost like I said, you have like a Queer Eye team assembled for you, and they're working in different parts, and so it's like, wow, wow. I that's a little hummingbird. So that can be a sign as well. I've been seeing a lot of hummingbirds me personally as well, but hummingbirds can be a sign for you as well. Wow. Go ahead and look up the spiritual meaning of that. But thank you, Spirit. And so recognizing and taking that in is this realization of that as well, as like they are waiting on you. Because, even when, like, Tan is, like, getting people dressed and clothes and asking them questions, and he always asks, like, what part of your body are you insecure about? Do you not feel as confident about? Because I don't want to just, put you in what do they call it? A halter top, a crop top, and your, sensitive point is your stomach, and now you're fidgeting the entire time. You're not comfortable in your wardrobe, or, you don't really like bright colors, or this, whatever it is really getting you accustomed to, again, how you adorn yourself. Your first home is your body, your mind, your energy, and that all ties into each other, almost like glamour mother magic, you know, and taking that in. So it's definitely, you have almost like a queer eye spirit team to help you and that are behind you. Wow. So remember I just said I see in the hummingbird, right? We said it's time to hydrate. Don't dry out your reservoir. And if you know anything about hummingbirds, they have, you know, a very, very, very high metabolism. So they have to eat every 15 to 20 minutes, I believe. And they can get tired out very, very quickly. All this energy. So they have to do, you know, drink the nectar from the flowers and the sugar water and things to keep them up, to keep their energy high. So this is also letting me know, again, what I said about that draining energy. I recognize that possibly your energy is drained and that things are, you're not able to do what you want to do. You know, sometimes when I'm like, oh, I don't feel like doing a reading, like, I just know. And it turns that one day of being like, I just really don't feel like it right now, turns into like 2, 3 days sometimes. And it's just like, why is my energy drained? What am I giving my attention to? What am I giving my focus to? What am I consuming? You know, how do I feel about myself? Do I, all these things where I'm asking these questions and I'm answering them and it's pulling me in. And it's just like, um, so that's why. It's because I'm afraid, or that's why because I feel like I can't reach certain heights, or that's why because I'm comparing myself. You know, whatever it is that the answer comes out to, but that is also hydrating self. That is also recognizing what is draining me, what is making me feel like I can't start right now, what is making me be hesitant, what is making me feel like I have to have all these things to get started, what is making me feel like I have to practice before I even start to actually do, all these things. So that is also about hydrating your reservoir as well. So to kind of help with that, it can be journaling those question prompts. Sometimes I have to like write those questions down and then just come back to it later. Be like, look, I ain't answer this right now. I don't know. Sometimes just answering those, asking those questions, writing it down. Sometimes it's trying something different to get yourself back into it, right? Like if you kind of go through my videos, sometimes there are times where I just only film during the day, and then every now and again I won't, and then I come at night. And sometimes switching up what works for me during that time period to give myself that grace, that time to recuperate. There's a lot of things that could be with the hydrating. It could be putting out. It's gonna sound crazy, but putting out all of what you feel like is your potential failures, right? And then recognizing, okay, yes, these are things that can go wrong, but if these are all the ways that can go wrong, imagine all the ways that it can go right. And it sounds crazy, possibly, to be like, why would I? But if you're thinking it, you need to also get that shit out on paper. You can burn it afterwards, rip it up afterwards, toss it in the trash, ball it up, your anger, like, you know what, it doesn't even matter. At least the thoughts are out. I was able to see what can go wrong. Now we can start actively moving in a way of being like, okay, what can make it go right though? If I feel like say I posted a video, sometimes this stuff happens. You've probably seen I post a video and I forgot to mention up like, oh, this is also in the video, or this is the card that also fell. That's also hydrating the reservoir. Because instead of me, like, damn, I should have did that, and thinking about it consistently and just like, oh, it's fine, it's whatever. And then now it's like, but I'm not that good. And it's like, it can lead to other things. So even those moments where you're just like, let me go ahead and correct what has already been put out as well, can start that. But the second card that you got is New Start, Fresh. It's supposed to be beginnings. I was having trouble spelling the hell out of that word. New Start, Fresh Beginnings, Climax is here. Okay, 000. Okay. And that is, again, what did I say? It feels like you're starting something new. It sounds like you're getting to that point. And it can be starting over. It can be starting at a new point, something that you already started. Or it can be a fresh start. Like I said, somebody who already in the process and it's a new start of doing something and how it's done. Again, it just to bring up how I do videos, that it's a different way for me to do it. Now I'm adding in more different types of playlists, and that is new beginnings within a process that already has stability. right? Some people feel like they have to start over or redo and revamp everything. No, sometimes you can just build off of that foundation and tweak it over here and tweak it over here. I'm seeing somebody that has a beautiful home, but they want to revamp the bathroom. Like this is all I want to change. It already has a beautiful. I just want to revamp the bathroom. You know, I want tile walls, wood floors, heated. You know, it's like it's everything. The foundation is there, so it's again you can start something new while you're already in the process of something. It's where you don't have to feel like you have to abandon everything either. Okay. For the ancestors as well, since I come in, I'm hearing mother, I'm hearing father. Thank you, spirit. So a lot of family, like sister, brother type energy. Yeah, like cousin energy is coming in here as well. Not really like grandparents. It's almost like a younger energy. It sounds crazy. Like I said, like your cousin or your uncle or your aunt or your mom or your dad. And they can be living as well, and you can get that information. But some are on the other side as well. But it's definitely that type of energy that's coming in. This kind of hilarious newer generation or process of that. I'm seeing somebody that's like the same age as their aunt. Shay. Yeah, somebody that is the same age as their aunt. I'm hearing for that in specific. Wow, sorry, a little. I'm hearing for that in specific. Talk to your aunt. It's gonna sound crazy because again, you are the same age, but talk to your aunt about your mom. That's what I'm hearing. And for others, you can talk to your aunt about your mom. But for that one in specific, if you are, again, it's a very niche message. So if it's for you, maybe it's for you. But talk to your aunt about your mom. And not talk about your mom with your aunt. Talk to your aunt about your mom. Getting to know a little bit detail. For those that have passed, like your mom could have passed and things of that sort. That's kind of where I'm feeling it, not like for a living. So again, a specific message coming here, but it's very like they either raised you or they're around you while you were getting raised. Yeah. As I'm talking about that, it says you have reached your ascension. Okay? And completed your level. Time to level up for your purpose. 999. And that's right under 000, which is new beginnings. Like I said, for a lot of you, the idea was to start. You didn't know what to do. You didn't know what your purpose was, or you didn't know what how you wanted to channel this energy, or alchemize this energy, or shift this energy. Like I said, some of you have reached this level of, like I said, just wanting to revamp the bathroom. You know what location you wanted to move to. You know what house you wanted. You know what district you wanted to be close to. And so now you got everything. It's just changing one thing, shifting one thing. You know what I'm saying? And recognizing that and being able to take that in and have that be the process. So it's like you have completed that. For those of you, like I said, it could just be the idea, and now you're ready to start. You don't have to even be in the middle of the process. It's now you can start. Now you can get there because you have reached a moment of understanding, okay, this is what I want to do, this is how I want to act, this is how I want to feel. And that's also where you need to hydrate your reservoir. It can be studying up on the topic. It can be putting yourself out there more to do networking. It's a lot of things as well. What's going on with this? We have get that leech off your back. They know your power, but for some reason you don't. And that's right on top of time to hydrate and right across from Ascension. Let's get a little bit further information on this leech. I spelled leech wrong. I know. For this leech. Wow. We have this fell on the floor, by the way. You know what that means? You know what that means. It says no expansion here. False reciprocity energy. Fake friend or family. And that is wild. Again, that can also be why your energy is drained. Why you're feeling tired or not as motivated, or it can also be cloudy mind, brain fog energy, again, that hesitation energy. Should I not? Is it going to work out? That type of energy. So it's again, it's not real energy that's being reciprocated to you, not real advice, not real motivation or support. It's somebody that knows your power, recognizes it, and wants to use it. And so they're taking advantage of this hesitation moment, this pause moment. And so your ancestors are saying, get them off your back. They are draining your power. They are sucking the life out of you. They are shooting down your ideas. They're undermining who you are, your reputation, your name, whatever it is, so that way they can utilize your power and your energy. They're setting up things and then disappointing you so they can lift you up later. It's this weird balancing cycle, but it's not real because there's no expansion here. You don't get expanded when leeches are draining from you, it decreases. That's why sometimes in some real extreme cases, they'll use that. They'll use that sometimes for frostbite. They'll use that for blood clots. They'll use that for, I think, like really big bumps of like boils or something, I believe. But that's when they come in. When something is wrong, when something needs to be drained out of your life, cut from your life and not your energy. Right? And so we have a lot of angel numbers coming in here as well. We have 222. Think with positive intentions and place hope and faith behind your actions. So this is also letting me know that real support is also coming in. It can be, again, you talking to that aunt of yours, or you doing some ancestral offerings to venerate them, to know that, okay, if I'm feeling alone on here, I ain't got to be alone on there. But also think with positive intentions and place hope and faith behind actions, right? It's like me doing this. Every time I start, I always say, thank you for allowing me to create this message and reach those that want to hear, thinking about hearing, or will hear. Want to listen, want to watch, thinking about watching, or this, it's setting out this attention that who it is really for will find it. Sometimes some videos on here only get one view. Only get one view. And that's just for me checking to make sure the sound is good, the quality is good, you can see the cards, and that's the only view that it gets. Sometimes I have videos that reach hundreds and thousands of views, and no matter which one it is, I'm always putting out with the intention that it is going to reach and meet who it needs to, because even those videos that have one view, sometimes I go back later just to keep up on things like, okay, how is things going? How are things flowing? Just to check in on my progress. And sometimes video they have one, I come back and I'm like, holy shit, now I got 58. So it's this positive intention of, this is why I'm doing it. This is why I'm setting it up. This is why I'm putting faith behind those actions, because I need people to get these messages. I need people to hear what needs to be heard, especially with so much possible confusion and unclarity and distraught in the world. Let me go ahead. So with that coming in, it's like, think about that. Positive intentions. And this is after you have recognized the new start in the beginning, where you need to work on things you possibly need to remove and let go. Putting yourself forth into that action. Like I said, it's like you know that you need to do laundry, right? A lot of angel numbers. You know that you need to do laundry. Sorry, I heard something and I thought it was the door. It's right coming in, but I don't know what that. Juna? No, it's not her. Sorry. Well, placing that faith behind it, clearing it out, recognizing it as well. And all your angel numbers are coming in on this side. So it's like, again, this divine communication is coming in. And so they don't want you to kind of go off this hesitation or fear of things, because it's not necessary. Yeah. And then kind of on this side, it's kind of possibly what is draining you. You're not hydrating yourself, giving life to yourself. Sometimes even when I'm upset, I got to read those affirmations, because I know that the thoughts in my head are not my own thinking. It's just the current emotion or a current circumstance. So when I get those affirmations or those thoughts or a sign from my ancestors or Risha, it's like it pulls from them being like, but it's still me hydrating myself. So that way, even my energy, my cells are pulling into that, or listening to your body, Amir, when you got to take a shit, don't hold it in. Because when you do that, it causes other pain. So it's just like, it's get the people off your back that are using you, that don't really support you, that aren't really there. Let's say one thing and do another, that act one way and act another, like that. Because you also have, I release your negativity, take back power. Cannot make this up. So again, it may not even be, your hesitation energy that you're feeling. It could be something placed on you to be hesitant. And I'm hearing, I don't want to play catch up with them, so I'm gonna make them play catch up with me. Or I'm gonna, make them pause and be conflicted so that way I can catch up. But with this, I release you and your negativity. This is definitely some type of energy in your life around a person or being that is really draining. And it can be in a way, it's like, this person is so nice and good, but there's something underlining of that they're taking. The sly looks. Car salesmen don't sell you a car because they're aggressively mean. They sell you a car because they have a smile and charisma, and it might not be the best. And they make you feel like you have all the power until now it's time to check your credit score and check things and see what we can really do. Then I have the power. But I led you into this false sense of security of feeling like you were in charge, you knew what was happening, you were doing, and it's not. Which leads to the final energy for not this, but for kind of that side a little bit, is meditate on this card. It doesn't have to be this card, it can be blank paper. And meditation is different. It can be dancing meditation. It can be going for a walk. It can be cooking and eating. It can be listening to music. It can be journaling. It can be that meditation. It can be candle tantric meditation. All these things. It can be yoga. It can be singing. There are so many ways to meditate. Meditation, I always like to say, it is external communication with your internal. It's a conversation with self and the divine. If you're able to have that true, clear conversation with self and the divine, that's how it works. I'm seeing somebody that has a really weird, like, what do they call those rituals or processes before like a big game? It's kind of like that energy. It's like, when I do this, this will be the outcome. And again, pulling into that 222. So meditate on this. It says, write, create what comes once you're done. So again, whatever you feel after meditating, can be you dancing, and now it's gonna sound crazy. You're like, I'm gonna book a trip somewhere, and then when you book that trip, it allows you to network and move and shift. Or after you came from outside, you come back in and you notice something that you never noticed before, and it's your house, and you're like, how did I never notice that? I can do this, and I can say, it's things of that sort where you really are having that external internal conversation itself with the divine that really allows that in for you to pull that in, and also recognize again that power. Because the final card that we have for you overall is time to stay within balance for your life. Sorry, balance for your mind, body, and soul. Don't neglect one for the other. 333. Okay, so again, when you're mentally not there, sometimes it can drag on your physical, and that can affect your emotions and how you feel and what you look like. And if you're, feel like your body's physically there, whether you're tired or irritated or feel heavy, it's gonna feel like, okay, mentally I shouldn't be doing this. And you're spiritually not there, like spirit doesn't listen to me, and they're not hearing me, nobody cares, I got the worst of this and that. Then your body is going to start reacting in like flight mode and scarcity mode. So it affects one, will and can affect the other. Call back your power. Call on that energy and recognize that as well, and how that is affecting you. Because you have new beginnings, whether you started something or not, because it also says the climax is here, which means you're getting revelations, answers, and resolutions as well, because you have reached a point in your life either of knowing, of completion, of setting things up that needs to be there. But somebody around you, some energy around you is not real. And so they want you to be balanced in your mind enough to know who is and isn't for you. What is and isn't for you, and how that's affecting you. And sometimes it's habits, sometimes it's routines, sometimes it's thought patterns. But once you recognize that energy in itself and start, I'm hearing catalog it. It was like that writing down energy, like you're cataloging and noticing a pattern, and allows for better sustenance and sustainability for it in yourself. And that is what your ancestors want. And that's probably why you got a lot of the cousins, the aunts, the uncles, not like the grandparents, the great grandparents. And it's people that are kind of in this younger beginning stage of also leading the family, leading the energy as well. So that can be presently here that you're working with them or on the other side. But they're saying, no, no, no. Let's get this together. But that has been your reading, my darlings. I guess I didn't feel any other cards. So take what resonates and leave what doesn't. I love you. Love yourselves more. Until next time.